It's the time you've all waited for, the 2019 Summer Dirt Extravaganza. It's only 2 years late. Alright, so for the 2019 Summer Dirt Extravaganza, be held at the Terre Haute Action Track. Here's all the information you need to know. We got 115 cars, I believe. If I counted right, it might be 114. I'm not sure exactly. I think there's 115 now. You got 8 heats. Each heat will consist of either 14 or 15 cars. And there are 5 mains, including the main show, the A, B, C, D, and E main. The heats will be 10 laps. The mains, other than the main event, will be 20 laps, and the main event will be 100. As you can see, the top 3 from each heat advance automatically to the A main. 4th through 6th go to the B main. 7th through 9th go to the C main. And 10th through 12th go to the D main. And 13th through 15th, or just 13th through 14th, depending on the heat, go to the E main. Out of each main, the top 5 go to the next main up. And that is true for every single one of them. Alright, let's start with Heat 1, the starting lineup of the 2019 Summer Dirt Extravaganza Heat 1. Alright, on row 1 you got to your inside Bobby Dale Earnhardt, to the outside David Reagan. Row 2, inside Paul Bumgarner, outside Tyler Hill, brother Timmy. Row 3, inside you got Landon Castle on the 00, Clint Boyer in the 14 on the outside. Row 4, you got David Stremme in the 44 on the inside, and on the outside, Eric Almirola. Inside of row 5, you got Kenny Wallace in the 36, and then on the outside of row 5, you got Carson White, not to be confused with Cody White. Inside of row 6, you got Tony Stewart. Outside of row 6, you got Bubba Wallace. And then finally, rounding out the first heat, inside you have Kyle Strickler in the 65, and then on the outside, you got Tanner Berryhill in the 97. Let's get this thing started. Heat 1 coming to green here with Bobby Dale Earnhardt up front. Bobby Dale Earnhardt won the pole for this heat, and it is worth noting that the heat lineup is a random draw. Landon Castle going to the inside of Bobby Dale Earnhardt for the lead, followed by David Stremme and Kenny Wallace there on the bottom. Landon Castle has now taken over the lead. David Stremme follows in second. Kenny Wallace gets up the inside. 4 wide back here. Stewart, Strickler, Bumgarner, and Almirola. Very intense back there. Very wide. You can see Kyle Strickler trying to go to the inside, try to get that third position. Tony Stewart right there behind the 36 of Kenny Wallace, who currently has the third final transfer spot right now for the main. But as you can see, Kyle Strickler and Clint Boyer trying to get there. Clint Boyer's going to get to the inside of both of them and make it around to the third position, the final transfer from the heat, the A main. David Reagan now in fourth, chasing down Clint Boyer to hopefully get in the main. Meanwhile, Stremme and Castle have gotten out to quite a lead. It's looking like they should be good, but you never know. Still only halfway through, not even halfway through the heat. David Reagan has just passed Clint Boyer for the final transfer spot. And they are putting a pretty big gap, Stremme and Landon Castle, on the rest of them, and even David Reagan's putting a not too big of a gap, but trying to gap Clint Boyer there in fourth. You can see further back here with Tyler Hill, Bubba Wallace, Eric Almirola, Tony Stewart, Tanner Berryhill, a little closer back here, Kenny Wallace as well. Looks like David Reagan might be catching 44 of Stremme, but with 6 laps done this time, it's Getting a little too late. I don't think he's going to have a shot at the win, but as long as he can make it in, that would be pretty good. David Reagan actually finished last in the 2018 Summer Extravaganza. And by last, I mean he did not qualify. Finished 70th of 70 cars. But Clint Boyer is definitely trying here to get to the inside. And not successful. Looking like, though, almost looks like everyone else is out of it. I think Clint Boyer is really the only one who can give David Reagan a run for his money right now. It's going to be up to these two. Stewart pretty far behind at this point. Very similar cars there for Stewart and Boyer. Both driving the number 14. And Clint Boyer is going to get to the inside of David Reagan and pass him for the final transfer spot at the moment. Strimmy and Castle still looking good to make the show. Final lap here as Landon Castle, who's, I believe, led every lap, still up here in the lead. We're coming through turn 4. Landon Castle will be the winner of your heat number 1 in your 2019 Summer Extravaganza. David Strimmy follows in second, and Clint Boyer will get the final transfer spot in third. David Reagan first one out, then Stewart, Wallace again, Tyler Hill, Eric Almirola. Eric Almirola was ahead of Tyler Hill, actually. Tanner Berryhill, Carson Ware, Kyle Strickler, Bobby Dale Earnhardt, bringing up the back is Paul Bumgarner. Well, that does it for the first heat. See y'all in the second heat. Have a nice day.